Hello everyone. Today we shall be discussing about the summary of the story The Necklace. The Necklace is a fictional short story. It is written by Guy de Maupassant. Henri Guy de Maupassant was a French writer who wrote short stories which paint a fascinating picture of French life during the 19th century. He wrote over 300 stories and 6 novels, but died at an early age. The story, The Necklace, has an ironic ending which is a characteristic of Maupassant's writing style. This story revolves around the character Mathilde, who was a pretty but dreamy woman. She was born in a family of clerks, which she thought was the cause of all her miseries. She had no means to become known and loved by rich men, so she married a clerk, Mr. Loisel, who worked in the Education Board office. Mr. Loisel loved Mathilde and did everything to make her happy. But Mathilde would always think of beautiful things like expensive dresses and jewels. She longed for these things and remained unhappy. One evening, Mr. Loisel returned home and was very happy. He told Mathilde that they both were invited at the minister's residence for the party. He also told her that it was a party for only selected people. Mr. Loisel thought that Mathilde would be very excited to go, but to his surprise, she became very sad. Mathilde told him that they cannot go because she did not have a good dress to wear for the party. She began weeping. Mr. Loisel felt sorry for her. He then told her that she could buy a new dress as he had saved 400 francs to buy a gun to join his friends to go for hunting. He told her that he would give that money to her. Mathilde bought a new dress, but as the day of the party came closer, she started worrying. She told her husband that she did not have jewelry to wear for the party. Mr. Loisel thought for some time and suggested her to wear some natural flowers, but Mathilde was not convinced. Then he told her to borrow some jewelry from her friend Mrs. Forestier. Mathilde liked the idea and went to Mrs. Forestier the very next day and borrowed a beautiful diamond necklace from her. The day of the party arrived. Mrs. Loisel looked lovely in the dress and the necklace. She was a great success. Everyone praised her. She was the prettiest of all. She smiled and was full of joy. She danced with enthusiasm. She was simply mad with pleasure. But at last they had to go home. They went home at 4 o'clock in the morning. When they reached home, Mathilde stood before the mirror to have a final view of herself in all her glory. Suddenly, she realized that her necklace was not around her neck. She called Mr. Loisel and told him that the necklace was lost. Both searched the house for the necklace. Then Mr. Loisel went out to see for it where they had walked. He searched the whole place, but it was not found. Mr. Loisel told her that it might have dropped in the carriage. However, they did not note its number. They searched all the folds and pockets, but the necklace was lost forever. On her husband's advice, Mathilde told her friend that one of the hooks of the necklace was broken and she has sent the necklace for repair. This gave them extra time to find another necklace to replace the lost one. While searching from one shop to another, Mathilde eventually found a necklace which looked exactly like the lost diamond necklace. The shopkeeper asked 40,000 francs for the necklace. After a little bargain, the deal was finally settled at 36,000 francs. Mathilde's husband had inherited 18,000 francs from his father and borrowed the remaining 18,000 francs from various people at a very high rate of interest. At last they were able to buy the necklace and return it to Madame Forestier, which she did not even care to see. Life got more difficult for Mathilde and her husband. Mr. Loisel had to pay a debt of 18,000 francs for which they had to move to a smaller house. Mathilde had to let go all the servants. She started doing all the household work like fetching water, cleaning, mopping, doing the laundry and household chores. Mr. Loisel had to work hard in the evenings and late night to pay the debt of 18,000 francs. By the end of 10 years, they finally managed to pay off all the debt, but Mathilde had to pay a heavy price. Mathilde now looked quite old. She looked a hard woman badly dressed. She often used to sit near the window and thought what would have happened if she had not lost the necklace. One day Mathilde went out for a walk. She saw Madame Forestier and ran towards her to greet her. Madame Forestier was surprised to see a huge change in Mathilde. Mathilde told her the whole story of the lost necklace. After Mathilde had finished with her story, Madame Forestier told her that the necklace was an artificial one and was only worth 500 francs.